3:17 a.m. You're standing in the bathroom again. Third time tonight. The floor is cold. You're exhausted. Your wife shifted when you got up. She's awake too. Neither of you will mention it tomorrow morning. 5 years ago, you slept through the night. Every night. Now you're planning your entire life around bathrooms. And you're starting to wonder if this is just permanent now. Here's what nobody explained to you. This pattern has a specific biological cause, and that cause has options most men never hear about during their 12-minute doctor appointments. Let me show you what's actually happening inside your body. Most men notice it gradually. So gradually, they don't realize it's a pattern until it's been going on for months. The stream isn't quite as strong as it used to be. Takes a bit longer to get started. You stand there an extra 30 seconds, not entirely sure you're finished. Then the nighttime pattern begins. Once per night becomes twice. Then 3 has changed. During the day, you develop a new awareness. Where bathrooms are, how far away, whether you can make it through that meeting, dinner, the movie. It starts as background noise until suddenly it's not. It's affecting decisions, limiting options, creating low-level anxiety. You mentioned it to your doctor, got maybe 90 seconds. Enlarged prostate, common at your age. Maybe a prescription. Maybe just monitor it. But you're already monitoring it. Every night, multiple times. And it's getting worse, not better. That 90-second conversation didn't explain why this is happening now. What changed? Why just aging doesn't tell the complete story. Let me fill in what that appointment left out. Around your mid-50s, something shifts in testosterone processing, not low testosterone, a specific form called dihydrotestosterone, DHT. After 55, DHT accumulates in prostate tissue differently. The enzyme converting testosterone to DHT becomes more active. The receptors responding to DHT become more sensitive. That accumulation triggers cell growth. Not cancer, not infection, just gradual tissue expansion. Benign prostatic hyperplasia. BPH. Your prostate sits at the base of your bladder, wrapped around your urethra, like a donut around a straw. When it enlarges, it creates pressure 2 ways. First, direct pressure on the urethra, that narrow tube. As tissue expands, it squeezes. That's why your stream weakens, why it takes longer, why you feel incomplete. Second, pressure against the bladder wall. This wakes you up at night. The enlarged prostate pushes against your bladder, sending signals it's time to empty. Even when you're only 30% full, your body believes it needs to urinate. Your brain receives that signal as real, so you wake up. And here's what appointments don't cover. This isn't just mechanical pressure. Prostate tissue contains alpha-1 receptors. When DHT stimulates them, it increases smooth muscle tension throughout the prostate. That tension amplifies the urgency signal, creates tightness that makes the sensation more intense than pressure alone, which explains why some nights feel worse regardless of fluid intake. It's not always what you drank. It's fluctuating hormone levels, inflammation, stress, even diet, all affecting tissue tension. Standard protocol follows a path. Identify symptom, order PSA test, prescribe alpha blocker or DHT reducer, schedule follow-up. Next patient, not because doctors don't care. The system allows 10-minute appointments, no time for deeper explanation, for discussing why medications work differently for different men, what side effects feel like, whether other factors matter, how inflammation affects tissue, how stress interacts, how diet can increase or decrease tension. This isn't about avoiding doctors. It's recognizing your doctor provided the beginning, not the complete picture. And seeking the rest from reliable sources is part of being informed. Before we go deeper, I should mention something. There's a detailed presentation linked below that covers what most appointments don't have time for. It explains the cellular mechanism clearly, why this accelerates after 60, what men should understand about options before committing to any path, pharmaceutical or otherwise. Many men say it answered questions they didn't know they had, questions doctors never addressed because time didn't allow. It's free, takes 12 minutes, might change your next doctor conversation. Link is in the description. Now, what this does to daily life beyond symptoms. There's a conversation men don't have, about how waking up 4 times isn't just lost sleep. It's feeling like your body is failing you, like something shifted without permission. Some describe it as low-level frustration building over months. Not dramatic, not painful, just constant. Background static that never goes away. The awareness that you're always conscious of. Bathrooms. You've stopped suggesting certain trips. Evening events require planning you never did before. Relationships shift too, though rarely discussed. Partners notice disrupted sleep. Frequent trips. Bedroom dynamics change. Not because desire disappears, but because logistics become complicated, because being up multiple times affects energy, mood, presence, and because it's gradual, it's easy to accept as just how things are, just aging, just what happens. The isolation is quiet. You might mention it to friends, get knowing nods, maybe a joke about old man bladder, but no real conversation about how it actually affects you, how much mental space it occupies, how many adjustments you've made without realizing. One man described it as background static. Always there, never emergency loud, but constant enough to drain you. Another didn't realize how much he'd pulled back until he understood this wasn't just inevitable, that biological factors were worth examining, options worth considering. This isn't about being dramatic. It's acknowledging quality of life matters, functioning matters, sleep matters. Your experience is valid, even if your doctor minimized it. And recognizing that understanding the actual biology, the real options, changes this from passive enduring to active addressing. Here's what matters most. You're not stuck with this for 20 or 30 years. Understanding what's happening biologically, what real options exist, what questions to ask, changes everything from reactive to proactive. Every man's situation differs. What works for one might not work for another. Age, health, medications, lifestyle, all play roles in determining the best path. But making decisions from actual information instead of just accepting what's offered first or assuming this is inevitable. That's the difference between managing symptoms and addressing the pattern. The presentation I mentioned breaks down what's happening cellularly, why standard approaches sometimes miss factors, what men over 60 should understand before moving forward. It's detailed, clear, designed for men who want to understand before committing. You can watch it now. Link below. 12 minutes. No cost. No email. Just information presented clearly. Watch when you can focus, not while distracted. It deserves attention because decisions deserve to be informed. Whether you watch now, later, or not at all, here's the key takeaway. Waking up multiple times isn't just aging. It's a signal. Your body communicating something changed. Signals deserve attention, investigation, understanding. You deserve to understand your own body. You deserve complete information, not 90 seconds. You deserve options and respect for your decision-making. This doesn't have to be permanent. Information changes everything.